This week in American history, 3 moments that reshaped everyday life in America.
A toy that became a global icon. A technology that changed how we communicate. And a pandemic that shut the country down for years.
On March 9th, 1959, a new doll appeared at the American International Toy Fair in New York City. Her name was Barbie. The doll was created by Ruth Handler, co-founder of the toy company Mattel. Handler noticed that most dolls on the market represented infants or young children. She believed girls might also want toys that allowed them to imagine themselves as adults. Barbie was designed as a teenage fashion doll with adult features and a wardrobe of interchangeable outfits. The concept proved enormously successful. Within a year, hundreds of thousands of dolls had been sold. Mattel expanded the line with new clothing, accessories, and eventually an entire cast of characters, including Ken, Barbie's companion. The doll quickly became a symbol of post-war American consumer culture. Department stores devoted entire sections to Barbie merchandise, and television advertising helped turn the toy into a household name. Over the decades, Barbie's image evolved alongside changing social expectations. New versions of the doll appeared representing different careers, backgrounds, and identities. At times, the doll also drew criticism. Some argued that Barbie promoted unrealistic beauty standards or narrow definitions of femininity. Yet the toy remained one of the most commercially successful products in American history. Since 1959, billions of Barbie dolls have been sold worldwide. What began as a single toy introduced at a trade show became a cultural icon recognized across generations. On March 10th, 1876, Alexander Graham Bell made the first successful telephone call. Working in a small laboratory in Boston, Bell had been experimenting with ways to transmit sound electrically through wires. Telegraph technology already allowed messages to be sent as coded signals. Bell believed it might be possible to send the human voice itself. During one experiment, Bell accidentally spilled battery acid on his clothes. He called out to his assistant in the next room,
"Mr. Watson, come here, I want to see you."
Watson heard the words clearly through the experimental device. The moment marked the first time intelligible speech had been transmitted electrically over a wire. The device was still crude. Early telephone systems would require years of refinement before they became practical for widespread use. But the principle had been proven. Within a few years, telephone exchanges began appearing in American cities. Businesses adopted the technology first, using it to coordinate orders and deliveries more quickly than telegraph messages allowed. By the early 20th century, telephone lines stretched across the country. Operators connected calls manually at switchboards, linking homes, businesses, and government offices. The invention of the telephone changed the speed of communication in everyday life. Messages that once took hours or days to deliver could now travel instantly through a wire. The brief sentence Bell spoke in his laboratory marked the beginning of a new era in how people communicated across distance. On March 13th, 2020, the United States government declared a national emergency in response to the rapidly spreading COVID-19 virus. In the weeks leading up to that announcement, reports of infections had begun appearing across multiple states. Public health officials warned that the virus could spread quickly through communities. After the emergency declaration, a series of unprecedented decisions followed. Professional sports leagues suspended their seasons. Schools and universities began closing their campuses. Major public events were canceled. Air travel dropped sharply as countries restricted international movement. Businesses that normally served crowded cities, restaurants, theaters, and offices temporarily closed their doors. millions of Americans suddenly found themselves working from home. Students moved to remote classrooms, conducted through video calls and online assignments. Public spaces that were normally crowded grew quiet. In the months that followed, the pandemic would lead to significant loss of life, major economic disruption, and sweeping changes in daily routines. The events of March 2020 marked the beginning of a global public health crisis that reshaped modern society.